Woof! Hello, Farlanders. My name is Kurt. Welcome back to Farlands or Bust. This is episode 833. A true, verified, bona fide, wolfified episode of Farlands or Bust. Of course, being recorded live on stream here in front of a studio audience. This one's, I'm gonna be not optimistic. What's the opposite of optimistic? Realistic. I'm gonna be realistic and say this episode's gonna come out on Monday, July 18th, because it is being recorded late on a Saturday, July 16th. I don't know that I'll have it in me to edit whatever and upload it and publish it tomorrow, so Monday, July 18th. Let's aim for that. Let's aim high. But yeah, this is episode 833 of Farlands or Bust. Here comes the spider. Is he friendly? He's a friendly spider. Do we got a thumbnail here? Can they be friends? Maybe. That might be a thumbnail. Right off the bat. We might have blasted through the thumbnail for the day. Yeah, welcome back to Farlands or Bust, where we are walking to the Farlands in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3, and have been doing so for over 11 years. Careful, Wolfie. You dumb idiot. Alright, well at least I got a lot of treats to feed him. He'll be fine. And we are continuing on here. The jitter is not lag. No matter how many times I explain this, I'm going to keep getting people leaving comments. The jitter is not lag. It is what is called floating point, in that our coordinate numbers are so big that the decimal point has moved multiple times, and we lose precision about where we actually exist in the world, which is best illustrated by how far off-center the selection box is around any given block. Because as you can see, if we walk this way, it's perfectly smooth. It's like a normal Minecraft game. But this way, in the direction we're heading, is it's just what we refer to as the jitters. The floating point jitters. I mean, I even upgraded my graphics card a couple months ago and nothing changed. I've upgraded my computer 3 times throughout the journey and nothing changed. There is a bit of like a patch we can do to the Minecraft code to change it from floating point to double precision. That would get rid of the jitters, but as of now, I feel like it gives the series its little charm and character. You know, aside from the fact that we are playing in Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 and nobody does anymore, and everybody misses the terrain generation and things like that. So yeah. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, are you listening to Ran When Parked? A podcast with myself, Cone Dodger, ZK, and Kurt J. Mac. And then also following me on the Instagrams and or the Twitters. Had some news. Had some new news happening. A new mistake has been made. Not another Corolla, not another SVX. I still have the Datsun 280Z. This mistake has been made by the girlfriend. She bought a 1995 Toyota Crown Super Deluxe van Hearse. Imported from Japan. We didn't import it from Japan. She didn't import it from Japan. The previous owner did. Had it for a couple years and decided to sell it to us. So yes, we now have a right-hand drive JDM Hearse. And today we spent the majority, if not all of the day, removing the hearse bits. Not the exterior, obviously. The exterior is going to stay the same. It's going to stay as Hearse'y as always. But she wants to convert it into a camping rig for herself. Are there better vehicles? More practical vehicles to make a camping rig out of? Yes. But then you wouldn't be the only person camping in a hearse. A right-hand drive JDM Toyota Crown hearse. So yeah, we it was like fully kitted out on the inside with the I am lately my brain has been bad with words, but like the word casket has been like erased from my brain. But casket rollers, the casket rollers, it was automatic, or at least motorized, this one was. So it was very heavy, and there's a lot of wires and stuff. So that took that took a while to like safely disconnect, but then also unscrew and lift out. Very, very, very heavy. Very heavy. Very heavy things. And then we removed a bit of... there's a lot of... I guess trim they added, padding. It's made out of wood. It's like, it's nice looking, but obviously it's a hearse. So it's not, it doesn't have to be fancy. People aren't spending time in there. It just has to look nice. It's like, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like model home nice, or some sort of movie set nice. A casket is a coffin. Casket, coffin. Like rollers made to transport coffins. No, rollers... Have none of you ever been to a funeral? When you put a casket with a human body, which is very, very heavy, into the back of a hearse, it helps to roll it instead of having to like heave and hoe and lift it into the back of a hearse. So there's rollers. This one in particular had an automatic, not automatic, you know, motorized, like you place it on there and then it'll pull it back or push it out or clamp it down to make sure it doesn't roll around. So yeah, that's the heavy bit that came out. And now there's just like a nice, already made flat platform, you know, which is like when everybody's like, I'm going to turn my wagon into a camping van. You got to like build out and like take out the seats and whatever. That's already done here. And it's also helpful it doesn't have those rear windows. So it's nice and dark on the inside. Yeah, that's what we ended up doing today. I mean, it obviously it ends up taking away some of the car show ooh-ah factor of having a hearse, but she didn't buy this to be just like a show car. She's going to actually drive it and use it, camp in it. And in general, hearses are, like I said, it's like movie set fancy. It's not, or like how the girlfriend would say, she has experience working, building and running haunted attractions, haunted houses. It's like that kind of construction. Does the girlfriend know about the creepy doll thing at car shows? No, but somebody did suggest. For some reason, there's a back seat still, like one back seat, passenger seat in the back. So people are like, you should put a skeleton there. I mean, or she could put a skeleton in the front passenger seat, which is the driver's seat for left-hand drive cars, and then she can go through the she can drive in the carpool lane. And then when people are driving next to her and they look over, they think the skeleton is driving. Got him. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. But yeah, it's and also now maybe I can drive it. Let's go to sleep, and maybe I'll. It's on Ranwin Park, but maybe I'll do a quick review of the story of how we ended up with this very obscure, very specific camping vehicle. And awakeness. And continuing on. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we went over this in Ranwin Park. I had the whole story. She's been looking for something for a while, and it's come up in Ranwin Park and here and elsewhere. And, you know, the standard, like, oh, get an old pickup truck with a camper shell, and then put like a platform bed in there with shelves underneath, or do that to like an old 4Runner or something. Alternately, like an Astro van, which tend to be all-wheel drive. You rip out the seats of a van, like a family van, or even just like a commercial van, and build a platform bed, and it's a camper. She has been, the last few times, camping in her Mazda CX-3, which is a Subaru Crosstrek-sized hatchback. Not comfortable. It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to do that, because she's got to go camping for like school and stuff. It's like part of her school, but also she enjoys it as well. So we've been looking for something, and the idea came up. Like, people mentioned the hearse or whatever, but like American Hearses are like super big and like obnoxious. And it is kind of like, that's a little bit too on the nose, but then we thought of these JDM Toyota Crown hearses. I haven't seen any other like Japanese car that has been turned into a hearse. I don't know what's up with that, or Toyota's just so big that they're the only ones who get chosen to be turned into hearses. But like, that came up, and it actually, we went to a car show, we went out for breakfast, and like, that's another thing. She's been feeling left out. No, I mean, she comes with to like car shows and stuff with the Datsun. She's like, it'd be neat to have something, but also like be able to use it. But she's like, what about like those JDM wagons, or hearses or whatever? I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. And then we get home, and then I start looking through ads for my day job as a co-host of Ranwin Parks. And right there, like posted an hour ago, was exactly what we were talking about, by somebody who was like very close to us, like half an hour drive away. And we're like, well, we have to go look at this, I guess. And the guy was very nice. Like, this is his thing. He has like 4 other right-hand drive cars and is importing a 5th, which is why he's selling the hearse. He's also selling the hearse because he's a bigger guy, and he couldn't really fit in it comfortably, because the front seat, the driver's seat, being on the right-hand side, and the hearse, the casket bit being on the right-hand side, meant that the seat can't go back any. So he couldn't drive it comfortably. Somebody's hearsing around over here, because I just saw a pink sheep. Pink sheep. Pink sheep. Ooh, vibrato. What are the chances? No, I know. What are the chances? During an episode recording, finding a pink sheep. I said we found we might have found our, oh, our thumbnail. Or maybe I can save this. Spoiler alert for anybody watching. Oh, dang. Every time I go to take a picture, he looks away. Look at me! There you go. Alright, well I gotta put down a sign. Even though they mean absolutely nothing. And we'll never have an overview or map that will be able to review them. Guess let's make a boat or two. Well, this has got to be the pink sheep of Hearse'n around. Clearly, plainly. Pink sheep of Hearse'n around. Episode 833. I always figured we reread the signs on the way back. Yes, that's true. That is what I'm planning on doing. Oh. He's stuck in there now. Alright, this guy is Hearse'n around. He's not paying attention. Neat. I haven't been... Oh, dang it. Oh, that would have been a great freaking thumbnail, you fricks. Oh my god. Nobody's cooperating here. Nobody is being photogenic or anything. That's it. That's it. We're loitering. We're loitering. We're leaving. What was I saying? Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, we looked at it. We drove it around. And then we're like, alright, we gotta think about it. Thinking about it for the day. And we definitely thought that, obviously, the hearse... Obviously not the most practical choice, or sensible choice. It being a JDM hearse of a car that we never got in America, and like parts and maintenance are not the most easy thing to come by here. Where's my compass? There it is. But I think we kind of just it's been a tough few years for a lot of people. You think? So nice to just kind of have like a silly self what's the word I'm looking for? You know, something that's sure it is silly and not necessarily practical, but it's fun. It serves both purposes of being an interesting, neat car that the girlfriend can also bring along to like car shows and show off and stuff like that, but also it can be the camping vehicle. And it really wasn't expensive in the grand scheme of things. Certainly not as expensive as like Forerunners and things could go for these days, and four-wheel drive pickup trucks. It's in great shape. It only has like 80,000 miles, and it being like a fleet vehicle seemed to be well taken care of. Toyota and the engine it has is, while not used in American vehicles, is indulgent. Yes, and we indulge ourselves a bit. And, so yeah. It just felt right. It was too perfect, too. It was just like we literally had a conversation that morning over breakfast. And then that one showed up. And the guy is really nice and is nearby and also goes to car shows, so we'll, like, see him around. And it just... it's too good. So we've had it. We took it to a couple Cars and Coffee and, like, got swarmed by people. Like, today we went to one and she was like, I almost like don't like that. That's almost like too much attention. So maybe taking the Hearse stuff out of the inside will like calm that down a bit, but so yeah, we got that stuff out. Now we just gotta figure out, I mean, really, it just needs a bed to fit in the space that's left there. We do need wheels and tires. The owner that we bought it from put some like 16-inch Toyota Avalon tires on. Wheels, sorry, rims and tires on. They don't look good, and they're not the right offset, so they rub sometimes. We have the original 14-inch steel rims, but the tires that are on them are like from 2008 and just old and not good. It's impossible to find 14-inch tires. Was it ever used as an actual hearse? For 80,000 miles it was. One would assume. Because it's a Toyota Crown station wagon, but this is actually the commercial van. It's a commercial vehicle. So somebody, a hearse company, buys it from Toyota in its bare bones trim and then does the conversion. Like, Toyota doesn't make a hearse, but they do the conversion. They do the vinyl padded exterior on the roof and sides. They build out the whole inside. So yeah, it definitely was used as a hearse. And like there's like, we were finding like Japanese sugar packets in the glove compartment, and whatever other little kind of it was used. It was used in Japan. Yeah, it was a legitimate hearse. That, you know, once it begins to be a certain age, it's like, well, we're not going to use this anymore. We're going to buy a new van and convert it to a hearse. It just goes on the auction block, and then that's what importers here in the U.S. The guy who imported it requested to look for a hearse. They found it for him, imported it, did all the hubbub of registering it in the United States, so it was easy for us. Let's go to sleep and continue in the morning. And awakeness. Would it be possible practical to get airbag suspension? Let's see if it can get or rig up an auto leveler. I don't know. Probably not cost effective. Like I said, it in and of itself was affordable. So it possible, maybe. Difficult, yes, because again, we never got this car here. It is a body-on-frame vehicle, so it is practically a truck. I'm sure if we took it somewhere that specifically specialized in that, they could probably fabricate or use pre-existing off-the-shelf stuff and then fabricate stuff to make it work. But I don't think that'd be very cost-effective. Yeah, we're looking for tires, and we might just have to get straight-up all-season tires, but maybe like light truck tires that are a little bit more durable, because she's going to take it camping, and that involves going not off-road or mud or anything like that, but the gravel forestry roads that are not well upkept and things like that. Because it is just on a... Ow! Wolfie, you dingus! Because it is just on a frame, it's possible to maybe add like a small lift to it. It is only rear-wheel drive. So it's not like a 4x4 or anything like that. So yeah. We don't know. We think we're just gonna... She's just gonna get new tires for the stock rims. The 14-inch rims. Because she really likes the hubcaps. They're the Toyota Crown hubcaps. They really like match the car, obviously. Otherwise, I feel like we'd have to try to find a 15-inch rim. And then there are some options for like gravel tires or all-terrain tires. But then is the rim offset work? Does that fit? You know, there's a whole lot of other. It's got a weird. The wheel hub bore is larger because there are a lot. Like I'm like, oh well, like maybe other Toyota wheels will work, but no, because I guess this is like a commercial van / truck vehicle. It has bigger hub bores, which is like the circle that the wheel centers on. And you can't use rims that have a smaller bore than what your car has. Anyway, that's a bore. So yeah. But otherwise, like the guy gave us, he had like the air filter and an oil filter. We're gonna do an oil change, because he doesn't know when the last time the oil was changed. I just replaced the air filter. It was pretty dirty, so I got a new air filter put in there. So yeah, we can find parts. We can track them down. There's websites on the internet. We can figure this out. We took some pictures, or I took some pictures of the owner's manual and ran it through Google Translate to be like, this type of oil. Okay, this is the PSI of the tires, you know? You gotta do little extra steps like that. But it's honestly not too much different than trying to work on the Datsun. Where it's like, here's all these old scans of factory service manuals on your 1978 Datsun. I hope your vehicle looks somewhat like this, because they all kind of look different. So yeah, now we're just doing some car shuffling in the garage, depending on what car we want out or not. And the Subaru, my daily driver, has to live outside now. So that is that news. Oh, my boat floated away. Bye, boat. Oh, and yeah, and to round back, now I think I can drive it. Now that we removed the stuff in the back, the seat moves back up far enough where my knees aren't in the dashboard. I did record a vlog. Like kind of like I've done for the Corolla and the Datsun. Not the SVX. I just have to edit it and also try to get over myself. Because like the audio sucks. I hate it. Audio is bad in the recording. It's hard to hear voices. The camera's all shaky because apparently the image stabilizer on a DSLR isn't very good at all. Whatever. The sun was too bright, the sun was too dark. I just gotta slap it together. Maybe I should do that on stream. Maximize my monetization. But yeah. That was one of those wild days. I mean, kind of like the Datsun. I saw it for sale. I'd seen 2 others for sale for similar prices, gotten in contact with the people, and then they're like, yeah, you can come take a look at it, and then like half an hour later, oh, it's sold. So I kind of like jumped on the Datsun really fast, even though I still had the Corolla. Similarly here, I feel like. And that was good. That's good hindsight advice that Cone, I think, gave when we were recording the Ramwood Park episode. It's like, you can't... It's much better not to be looking for a specific thing and instead just, like, cast a wide net and wait for the one thing that, like, really catches your attention. Because, yeah, we were looking at Forerunners, we were looking at pickup trucks, and we're like, yeah, it's a pickup truck. Okay. Is it good? Is it for us? Did the person take care of it? Is it, you know, there's something wrong with it? We do need Was it Rat who made those? We do need a new emote to put the hearse on the ramp truck for the Twitch emotes. Maybe we need a new shirt. The Corolla has a shirt. 280 has a shirt. The SVX is on a Corolla shirt. We need a hearse shirt. True, I mean, that's another thing. I would like to have an SVX emote as well. And then maybe... I still have the footage from that quote-unquote vlog I recorded for that I've abandoned because, much like this, the footage I'm very unhappy with. It's also like, it just feels like futile to like upload YouTube videos anymore and like spend any amount of time on editing and worrying about quality. Who needs a new emote with the truck on the ramp truck? Oh, Powers' truck? The Jeep truck? I mean, I'm keeping it to cars that I own. His truck's all the way down. No, he needs the Audi TT, he needs the Kia Soul. I mean, let's be honest, I was just co-opting his emotes by having emotes done that make it look like his ramp truck is super long and has additional cars on it. Let's be realistic here. I mean, what I gotta do is have a little tiny shark mouth put on the side of the Datsun. I need some wood before we end the episode here. It was my best emote decision yet, other than the Picard clapping. Oh! Got punch that wood. Gotta go back from humble beginnings. So yeah, it's interesting, it's exciting, it's weird, it's just something new and different. And like even what they said, like she's the first pictures when we picked it up and we're bringing it home. The girlfriend is very happy with the decision and how the project is going, and I cannot wait, I'm sure, to roll up to her school start of the semester camp in a hearse. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch, like, there's crown hearses that are imported. And yeah, if you Google it, we were, like, Googling on YouTube for, like, crown hearses. A lot of those are just, like, the straight-up wagon that they just throw the casket rollers, like, in the middle, in the back. Hers has a whole, like, shelf that's apparently for, like, you can hold, like, a service right there, like, with the hearse without needing to be, like, in a church or anything like that. And a little chandelier in there, and various curtains and accoutrements. It was very fancy. I mean, it's all, most of it's ripped out now because it's being converted to a camper, but I mean, that also means that, like, it doesn't have any of the windows. It's nice and, like, padded in there. It'll be very neat. We just got to figure out the wheel and tire situation, and I think that, I mean, it's pretty much set. I mean, honestly, you could throw a small mattress in the back now, and you could camp in it if you really wanted to. Indeed. So that is that update for you. As I mentioned, I know there's some Farlanders who all they do is watch the Farlands or listen to the Farlands on the podcast who would have been none the wiser to these updates if they don't follow me elsewhere on wherever the internet I exist. So now you are the wiser. Well, it's no hearse, but it's the end of the episode hidey hole here. Oh, what I should do is make another axe that just broke. And maybe a shovel? Shovel? I tell you, my brain has issues. Maybe it is like a... That's a shovel. Well, I guess I made another shovel, guys. The mind wants what the mind wants. I meant to make an axe. But yeah, just like words aren't working. Maybe it is... I've literally spent time with one other human being for the last 2.5 years. Maybe this is what happens when human beings don't socialize or have any sort of community or family extended beyond those they live with. Your brain turns to refried beans. Need to go visit Cone. Cone needs to come visit here. ZK needs to come visit here and help me install a new suspension on the Datsun. And then maybe he wants to help also do some stuff to pick out some wheels and tires for the Crown. Everybody needs to come here. I ain't getting on no planes. I've seen how long y'all are having to wait at airports. Canceled flights and junk. I'm not that desperate. I can spare 10 or 20% of my vocabulary if that's the cost of complete and total self-isolation. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Thank you to all of my patrons who are still around, patronizing me over at patreon.com/KurtJMac, and everybody on Twitch for watching and subscribing and resubscribing and using your Bezos bucks and throwing gifts and whatever else is going on. I do appreciate it. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Have none of you ever been to a funeral?